How's it going, guys? What is this? 2 rambling bits in 1 month? Yep. I actually managed to do some more frequent uploads. Still not as consistent as I might like them to be, but better than the 3 month break, I guess, from ramblings. But anyway, yeah, welcome. Okay, so here I am, as you can see, crafting some unpowered orbs instead of cutting logs. That's because I ran out of logs, and yeah, I have some molten glass, and I can FK that. Okay, what has changed since the previous one? I actually can't even remember what I talked about in the previous vid, so yeah, let's just go to the bank as usual. So 33, almost 34k. Multi-glass. I get to AFK, and yeah, some cash, almost 400 mil. As you can see, I did some crafting. Only fire 500 battle staves instead of 25 or 26k I had when I did the bank vid, and I also made some green dragonhide bodies, and now I have no green dragonhides anymore. And these, oh yeah, and battle staves I haven't still out, almost 5k. So these battle staves plus the green dragonhides plus this nice cash tag should be enough for me to get 500 mil cash. Actually, well, that's what I hope for. And yeah, and also running out of magic logs. I think I had like 44k maybe in the bank vid. So yeah, I've been doing alk fire making, and also the location is bit weird. Normally I'm in crafting guild, but yeah, I've been doing fire making here in Varrock instead of the GE, which would be more efficient. And well, there's several reasons for it. One, I'm lazy, and it's a lot easier to just do them in one straight line without backwalking like you would have to do in GE. So for me it's more consistent alks, and for the moment I value alks more than the actual fire making XP. That's just me being inefficient. Also, I did try to do alk fire making at the GE, but I got either ragged by flowers, so I couldn't fire make, and then I had to hop, and it was really crowded, so it was really hard to find a world, a free world to fire make in at GE. It's pretty crowded here too, but I think it's a bit easier to find a world here than at the GE. And also, if I found a world, if no one ragged me with flowers, then there would be someone else fire making that maybe went to a herb run or something, and they would crash me. So I tried like 3-4 times to test the alk fire making at the GE, and yeah, after that I just gave up. And also, I'm pretty sure you get more alks here than at the GE. Yeah, random awkward silence. Sorry, I lost the train of thought. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I did crafting, then started alking, fire making, and once I run out of magic logs, I'll go do some agility and alk agility, of course, to get rid of the last alks and hopefully hit 500 mil cash. And yeah, pretty much right after I hit the 500 mil cash, I'll probably start spending it. My plans after is to use all the flax I have in my bank, so use the flax to bowstring spell to make bowstrings from flax, and I have roughly 15 mil XP banked in flax. Yeah, almost 1.1 mil flax, and it's 15 XP each. it's 90k crafting XP an hour plus 90k magic XP an hour, and if you do broad arrows at the same time, you can do them between casts. It's roughly 70k fletching XP an hour if you make both the headless arrows and the broad arrows. So if you were to only use headless arrows and broad arrowheads, it would be roughly 140k XP an hour, but you need to also do the headless arrows, so it's half of that. So yeah, I have 600k essence, and I plan to craft my nature runes instead of buying them. It would be more efficient to buy them, but I really enjoy Abyss rune crafting. Some of you might remember me doing some rune crafting videos when I still played my main before Iron Man came out, and I pretty much only did Abyss rune crafting for all my rune crafting XP on my main, so I really enjoy doing Abyss. And I don't really like doing astrals, so I'll just buy the astrals, and I think I need 440k natures and 220k astrals. So I'll craft the natures and buy the astrals, and then I'll get some more arrow shafts and feathers, and yeah, use all my flax. So that's the current, maybe you could call it short-term plan, or maybe mid-term plan, I don't know. Depends on your definition. But yeah, on the previous vid I was still hunting for the master clue items, and I've made some progress towards that goal of getting all the master clue items, so yeah, we can go through my pictures. The pictures aren't in chronological order, so yeah, you'll see the first picture is the angler outfit. So this was recently introduced for Iron Man, so Iron Man can now do fishing trawler, and they are also able to get the angler outfit. And I got really lucky. I got the full outfit in. Wow, tried to right click on a picture. I actually did that on my 99 Slayer vid too. Okay, so I got it in 11 games, and I think one piece, the chance of getting one piece is 1 in 8. So I got really lucky. And yeah, they were salty. And I don't even know what the next picture is. Oh well, yeah, I got my 4th pair of Bandos boots, KC 154. So now I have 4 pairs of Bandos boots and nothing else from Bandos, not even a shard. And my current KC is only 169. I just gave up. For some reason I can't do Bandos. I instantly get burned out after a trip or two, and just don't feel like playing at all. What's next? Rogue's outfit. Yeah, I don't know if you watch it, but I made a small quote-unquote guide on Rogue's minigame, Rogue's the minigame, and yeah, this I'll go through the poll later in this video, and I can explain why I got the outfit. But basically, you get double the loot when pickpocketing with this outfit, so that's the reason I got it. And I don't know the drop rate of the pieces or full outfit or anything, but it took me roughly 2 hours to get the full outfit, so I might have been lucky or might have not been lucky. And there's the, unlike the angler outfit, you can get duplicates, so these are all the pieces I got before getting the top, which was my last piece. And I actually really enjoyed doing rogues. It was really fun trying to figure out the best route, and like, well, actually the best route was easy to figure out. I don't think there's much options for that, but it was really nice, really fun trying to figure out ways to save time and do the complete the route faster. So yeah, Go get it, boys. What's this? Oh yeah, champion scroll. I was doing Bandos, Casey, and got the goblin scroll. Smoldering Stone, I finally got it. I can't remember my KC for the primordial crystal, but I think it was in mid or in somewhere around 900 KC, so I got the Smoldering Stone shortly after, and that was the last thing I needed from Cerberus, so I don't plan to ever go back. But yeah, that's one more master clue item out of the way. Then there's flared trousers, 184 easy clues. I'm not too sure if that's lucky or unlucky. I don't know the rates of getting the items. But yeah, I'm glad I got it. Then I got the Black Dragon Mask. Oh yeah, and it's also the Master Clue item, if you didn't know. Also this Black Dragon Mask is a Master Clue item. And got it 369. And lastly I got the Panda's Plate, 473. And I haven't done any hard clues after that. Also got the Zamorak Full Helm, which I already had, which is also a Master Clue item. So if I didn't have either of those, this would have been insanely lucky to get. And the rest are just my Master Clue item, Master Clue pictures. So in the previous vid I had completed 10 Master Clues, and now I think I have completed 27. So I'll just go through, nothing interesting here. Just some random. Well, the wines are nice. Got the, I think that's the Lovakane house hood or something. Not too sure. Might be Piscarillas. I don't know, but useless to me. But it's still a unique, so no complaints. Something random. Nothing interesting. Yeah, I haven't really been that lucky with unique drops. I don't know what happened with this picture. It's just randomly white around the inventory. But yeah, you can still see the items, and there's nothing interesting. Few seeds, that's nice. Herbs, more herbs. Few pages. I have completed all the books, so useless. I got the reverted obsidian cape, or whatever it's called, which I guess is a nice reward. At least it's a unique. Then nothing. I think that's the Greater Demon Mask, which is just a cosmetic, like most glue items are. But it's a unique, so I was glad to get it. Nothing, and nothing, and this was the last clue. I think I had one more picture. Oh yeah, I went back to the demonic gorillas after they pulled the Ring of Suffering update, so you can, well, you can't yet, but I think it's coming next week. So after that update, you can charge your Ring of Suffering with recoil rings, and you can charge it with up to 2.5k rings of recoil. So that means 100,000 recoil charges in one ring, and it also gives, I think, +4 prey bonus if it's imbued, and it also gives like +20 to all your defensive stats, if I remember correctly. So it will be really nice for Zulra. Additional defense, prayer, and you don't have to have a ring switch, so it'll be really nice. And yeah, those were all the pictures this time. I was about to say this week, but yeah, I don't really do weekly vids. But yeah, so currently I'm still missing the Bandos Hilt, and that's the last item I would need for Master Clues. And as I said earlier, I really haven't done Bandos lately. I stopped after the 169 KC, and yeah, I don't know when I plan to go back, or if I will ever go back. I don't know, we'll see. It's just it just burns me out, and I really dislike doing bandos. But maybe I should just persevere and go there and just do it. Just do it. Okay, so what else is new? There's been a lot of new stuff, of course. The Angler outfit, Rogue's outfit, and there's the fire making outfit that was pulled recently, maybe a week ago, and it passed the poll. So yeah, they're just spamming us with XP boosting outfits. Sooner or later we'll most likely have XP boosting outfit for every single skill, and I don't really mind it that much. Yes, it devalues the skills somewhat, but the outfits do take some time to get, and it's only 2.5% boost. So it's not that bad, but it's still, I just don't get why they're not needed. You don't need an outfit to do a certain skill. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Yeah. Oh yeah, and about the Rogue's outfit. So as I said, it gives you, after the update, it passed the poll, so it will give you double loot when pickpocketing. So for example, if you do RD Knights, instead of getting, let's say, 150k GP an hour, but you get now with 95 plus, you would get 300k GP an hour. And yeah, for Ironman it will be really good for pickpocketing master farmers, because the master farmers give quite a lot of herb seeds, especially Ranar seeds, which are of course for prayer potions. And we did some calculations, me and some other iron plebs, and yeah, here's a spreadsheet of the master farmer calculations we did. So basically, if you only count the time to get the seeds, so for example this figure is just with the seeds, so no farming time, no secondary ingredient or making the potions, like time to do those isn't calculated on this. So in purely seeds you'll get 76.2, almost 3k XP an hour. And yeah, as I said, it's mostly in Ranar seeds and Haralander seeds. But this is if you do brews. So brews is the secondary that takes the longest to get. You get like 96 toad flags an hour in herbs after you farm the seeds. So it takes like 38 minutes to get the nests for those. Instead, you could make agility potions, which give you only 80 XP per potion compared to 180, but it only takes 5.5 minutes to get the 96 frog legs for the agility potions. And if you did agility potions instead, you'd only get 66k XP an hour in seeds. But if you include the farming time, the time to get secondaries, and the time to make potions, if you do brews, it's 22.5k an hour herb XP, and if you do agility potions, it's 24k XP an hour. So it would be, in total, it would be faster XP an hour to do agility potions, but you'd also get less herb XP per thieving XP. So, and also you would get additional herb seeds from mole, from the nests, and on top of that you would get yew logs, which you could use for fletching or fire making. So yeah, personally I will most likely do brews, even though it's slower XP, but I think the benefits outweigh the negatives. Maybe I'd like to have the additional herb seeds and the yew logs, and also you get melee XP, which is pretty valuable for Ironman. So yeah, I'll link this spreadsheet on the description. So if anyone wants to go through it, uh, check my math, point out mistakes I made, uh, you're more than welcome to do so. I bet it's not perfect. I probably made mistakes. I posted it on Twitter earlier yesterday, and someone asked about limports. I calculated limport routes to be 850 an hour, and that's a rough calculation on my part. I'm farming imports, and I think that's the best way. And I just roughly estimated that it takes maybe 1 minute extra for a farm run to do 5 limport patches. And if you take away the dead limports, then it comes roughly to 800, 850. I don't know, but I might be completely wrong. It might take longer to do the limports, maybe 2 minutes. I don't know, but in overall XP rate, I don't think it matters that much because quorums aren't that common from master farmers, only 4 seeds an hour, so it would only add like 2 minutes to the total time, bringing the XP rate down by maybe a couple of hundred, I don't know. But yeah, feel free to go through it if you want. You don't have to, and point out mistakes or something. But yeah. That was about farming, and I'm in Herblore thieving. Oh yeah, and one thing to also point out. Previously, if you wanted purely herb XP, you would do aberrant specters, and again, I might be wrong here, but if I remember correctly, Osiris calculated Abbey specs to be 18k XP an hour when you calculate all the time to get the secondaries, make the potions, blah blah blah. So master farmers would be better by roughly 5k XP an hour, and on top of that you'd get 100k plus thieving XP an hour, so that's roughly 0.4 EHP an hour. So I'd say if you're going purely for herb XP, it's definitely better to do master farmers. I'm currently at almost 121 mil thieving XP, and I plan to finish all my thieving all the way to 200 mil on master farmers. I don't know if it's macro efficient. It might not be. It might be better to just do Slayer and Zura like we've done so far, macro efficiently speaking, to get farming XP. So you might not need to do master farmers, but I really love doing herb runs, and I'm constantly running out of herb seeds because I don't really do that much Zura or Slayer, which give the most herb XP, herb seeds normal. So I'm constantly running out of herb seeds, and find myself being unable to do herb runs daily. So I'll definitely do master farmers, even if it might not be macro efficient. But then again, as I said, you do get thieving XP, roughly 0.4 EHP worth of thieving XP an hour, and also that would mean you could do more Slayer tasks that we would skip now. For example, black demons, fire giants, gargoyles, which are pretty decent, and hellhounds. I actually don't know the XP rate of hellhounds, but I think they're pretty decent. But yeah, those are tasks that we currently skip because they don't really have good drops, especially herb drops. So if you did master farmers, you could do more Slayer tasks for melee XP. And currently some people might struggle for melee XP if they barrage tasks or blowpipe them for faster Slayer XP. So yeah, that could make Slayer slightly faster, which would in turn make doing Master Farmers more efficient. But that's just guessing. I don't know if it's worth doing or not, but personally I will do Master Farmers. Yeah. Oh yeah, and one other thing, you could do DKs, so Dagannoth Kings, instead of normal Dagannoths. And you do Dagannoth Kings to get Dragon Access for woodcutting. So basically that would mean you'd get 0 time farm making XP from woodcutting using Infernal Access. And I haven't really done that much DKs, but apparently they're pretty decent Slayer XP in low 20Ks. And on top of that you'd get Prey XP from the bones, and you'd get the Dragon Access, which you would use on Infernal Axe to get 0 time farm making XP. So I think overall it might be worth doing DKs over normal Dagannoths if you do Master Farmers. And I don't know yet if I'll do DKs. It does sound appealing and tempting to do them. And yeah, there's the problem if you do Slayer like all day. DKs are usually really crowded on in the evenings or during the night. But if they're really crowded, then you could just do normal Dagannoths instead, and just do DKs in the early morning or during the day when it's not that crowded when you get a Dagannoth task. But yeah, as I said, this is just me guessing and trying to reason things. I haven't calculated if one thing is more efficient than another. So yeah, again, feel free to disagree or point out your views in the comments if you want, and tell me what you think is more efficient to do. Okay, last thing before I go through the previous poll is raids, and it's almost been already 30 minutes. Oh wow, this will be a long vid. Oh well, maybe some people will enjoy longer rambling vids. And ones that don't can always stop watching and dislike the vid. Okay, so raids, they are coming later this year. I think the latest estimate is from Jagex is in November, so I always add 1 month to all Jagex's estimates, so I'm guessing it will be in December instead, which would be good because there's the winter break is usually for most people at least, maybe not Australians, but for most people winter break is somewhere in December. And for me, I think it lasts 3 weeks, so it would be really nice to have raids release close to that, so I could grind it out with fellow Ironmen and regulars. Yeah, in the yesterday, so today's Friday, yesterday was Thursday, and there was a Q&A, check it, old school teams Q&A stream yesterday, and I actually missed the first couple of maybe 4 minutes of the stream and forgot to watch it on YouTube, so I might have missed something, but I did catch Ash confirming that Ironman can do raids. This was confirmed earlier, but yeah, it was confirmed again. And Ironman can do it with other Ironmen or with normal accounts, whomever they want. With whomever they want. And yeah, the rewards are based on individual performance in the raid. So yeah, our men can look forward to that. And about the rewards, no, actually not. Before I go to rewards, if you watch the Q&A stream, maybe it's just me, but it really really sounded like dungeoneering. Like there would be different roles for people to do: skilling, healing, the PVMing, or killing mobs or bosses. So it really sounded like dungeoneering. And in the priority poll, um, uh, in the priority poll, they asked which new skill we would like if it was to be released in old school, and there was dungeoneering as an option, even though they've said several times that they would not be able to recreate dungeoneering in old school. It would just be too much work. It would take way too much time. They would need way more people in the team to do it. But they still uh, included it included it in the poll, and I think the reason was because of raids. So maybe they wanted to know how people would react to a minigame like raids, which would be very similar to dungeoneering. And I think dungeoneering got the most votes in that poll. I might be wrong. It might have been summoning or sailing, but those three were the top three. And I think dungeoneering got the most votes at roughly 30%, if my memory serves. So yeah, that's just my conspiracy theory why they included it in the poll, even though they've said that they wouldn't be able to recreate it how it was pre-EOC. Okay, then the rewards. Uh, yeah, it was 2 days ago on Wednesday. Mod Ronan did a community stream going through the new rewards from raids. So they offered more rewards and they buffed the previous ones. So now it hasn't. They'll still poll the rewards, so they might not pass as they are now, but as they are offered in the poll, you would get free sets. So one for melee, for range, and for mage. And previously it was just for mage, and the mage set previously was pretty underwhelming compared to Ahrim's, which is the best in slot now. And I actually liked it because it was more accurate, but it didn't have the defensive stats like Ahrim does, or it did have some, but it was a lot less. And also it offered some prayer prayer bonus. So I think it was nicely balanced. But now it has better defensive stats than Ahrim, better accuracy, and on top of that it has the prayer boost or bonus. Sorry. So yeah, and also the range set is a step up, and these are all tier 75. Sorry, forgot to mention that. And yeah, so they're all a step up. So the range set is better than Armadillo, and the melee set is better than Bandos. And at first I thought those are really OP and they are not needed in old school, and I just didn't like them. But then I thought about it more, and people pointed out certain aspects I hadn't considered. At first, on the Moronan stream, he said that you would have a guaranteed reward after every completed raid, and I thought it meant that you would get like a unique item after every raid. So everyone on the team who participated or contributed to the raid would get something. So I thought these rewards would be really common, but apparently they meant the that the guaranteed reward is like it's more general. Like it could be maybe some alkaballs, rune items, stuff like that, or maybe some planks, herbs, basically normal drop table from most monsters. So it wouldn't mean that you would get guaranteed unique. So that was my fault, making false assumption, I guess. And the other one is that they said that they aim the raids to take 1 hour, up to 1 hour, to complete. But I'm pretty skeptic about that. They also previously they said that Zura would be really challenging, and for example, John C said that he would be really surprised if one defense Spears would ever be able to kill Zura, and now they probably get 20 kills an hour without a problem. So I'm really skeptic, and usually they tend to underestimate the players and the community, and I'm guessing the raids will take somewhere from 20 to 30 minutes. That's just my guess, based on previous updates where Jagex says something and something is really hard and then it's really easy. But yeah, if it actually takes like 60 minutes to complete a raid and it can't be done faster, or maybe slower teams will take 90 minutes to complete and the faster, let's say pro teams take 60 minutes, then yeah, that would probably make the rewards really rare, which would be nice. And lastly, they said that the armors would be degradable, so they would act basically like Barrow's gear, that it would break down and then you would need to fix it with coins. And they said that the fixing price would be really expensive. So, and Mod Kieran on the Q&A stream said that people most likely wouldn't use these new armors, for example Zura or Slayer, because it would just be way too expensive to use them. So it would only be for high level bossing, and maybe you would use them on raids themselves. So taking all those things into consideration, I've pretty much maybe changed my mind. At first I thought the rewards were really OP and was really against them, but yeah, considering those things, I don't think they will be that bad. I still think they're not. They maybe shouldn't be. I don't know. It's so hard. It would be so easy just to shout devalues, bandos, devalues, blah blah blah. But I don't think it will. People will still use bandos, rims, Armadillo for grinding out Slayer, Zura, God Wars bosses, and yeah, maybe these raids, rewards, outfits, armor, sets, whatever. I think they will, if they actually are that rare as they say they are, or they will be. Maybe they will be really expensive to use, and maybe they won't devalue the existing armors. It's hard to say. On the other hand, it would be a lot easier to just not have these, but then again, raids need to offer something for them to be worth doing. But on the other hand, it's hard to trust Jagex when they say, oh yeah, they will be worth hundreds of millions and it will take 60 minutes to do a raid, and they will be hard to get. It's hard to believe them because they usually tend to underestimate us. And by us, I mean the community as a whole, not me personally. I'm probably the worst player when it comes to PVM, and I don't see myself being really good at raids. But yeah, those are things to consider, and I don't know yet how I'll vote for these armors. Yeah, if you have good arguments and good points, feel free to post them in the comments below. If you made it this far, almost 40 minutes, holy fuck. Alright, I think that's pretty much it for the basic rambling part. I will still go through the poll that was a couple of weeks ago. I think I'm pretty late to the party. But yeah, if you're not interested in the poll, or you've already voted and you know everything there's to know about the poll and you don't care about my opinions about the things, yeah, thanks for watching if you made it this far, and take care. And for the rest who will watch this whole bit, let's go. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay, so I mentioned this earlier. Shoot the Pyromancer outfit, a 4-piece set which gives 2.5 experience boost to fire making. Be one of the potential rewards from the Winter Todd. And the Winter Todd is the new skilling boss, which I totally forgot about. I could have rambled about that too, but maybe in the next vid. But yeah, I opted to skip because, in other hand, I don't really like outfits that much. Or did I skip? No, it doesn't tell me what I voted. Damn it. I'm so used to seeing what I voted. So, okay, now I'm not sure. I think I voted no. Or maybe I skipped. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's passing, so doesn't matter what I did. Should the Tome of Fire be potential reward from Winterdawn? I honestly thought this failed. It was below 75% for the longest time, but apparently it passed. I did not know that. The Tome of Fire would provide +8 magic attack and defense, can be charged to provide unlimited fire runes, and increases the max hit of fire spells by 50% when equipped. The Tome of Fire would require level 50 magic to equip. I voted no to this because I don't know, not needed. But also, I didn't know it would have to be charged to provide unlimited fire runes. I thought it would just provide unlimited fire runes, like, as default. I had no idea it would have to be charged. So yeah, maybe it's not that bad. You'd have to kill the Winterdawn boss to be able to continue to use the fire in unlimited fire runes perk, I suppose. I think maybe. If the Tome of Fire is added to the game, should it protect you from Dragonfire whilst you have it equipped? I voted no, and it's not passing. I don't see why it should protect you from Dragonfire. It's not a Dragonfire shield. But oh well. Should Superior Slayer encounters be unlockable for 150 points from Slayer Masters? Superior Slayer encounters are higher level versions of Slayer Masters which have a slim chance of appearing during Slayer tasks. Players who kill Superior Slayer encounters will receive the equivalent of 3 drops from the normal Slayer Master. Once unlocked, Slayer encounters will be toggleable. I voted no. I think Slayer is by far the most devalued skill out there. It gets the most updates out of every other skill. Probably more than the other skills are updated combined. And I just didn't like the idea. And Kieran said, I can't remember if it was on Twitter, Reddit, or Q&A stream, but he said that it would be efficient to kill these for regular mains. So I'm assuming they're pretty OP for Ironman, probably. Okay, but it's passing. I think everything is passing. Oh fuck, there's so many questions. Okay, so everything is passing except the Dragonfire thing to the Tome of Fire. And I thought this wasn't passing, but apparently it is. Okay, should 3 dwarves be added to the blast furnace on World 58, who will pedal the corner belt, operate the pump, and shovel the coke. So basically it would work exactly like true, blast furnace CCs, like true BF, all furnace, whatever there are. I think I voted yes in the end, not too sure, but I don't know why it's only in World 358, and that's basically the world where every bot is. So it's potentially gonna be really laggy, always full with all the bots and all the legit players doing it. And I'm not sure how this cost is gonna work. Is it 60k per person or 60k per hour for the whole world? Because if it's 60k for the whole world, that's insane. And if it's 60k per person, that's slightly better. But still. And this doesn't fix the problem of crashing that these blast furnace CCs experience. So basically the CCs could operate even with this update coming in the game, and people would use them because they would get a world with less people, less lag maybe, and but other people would still be able to crash them. So I think this is just a half measure from Jagex trying to fix the problem of crashing these BF CCs just by making it like run by NPCs. But at the same time, I don't know. Personally, I don't like being dependent on other people. So, for example, if I want to do smithing before this update comes, I'd need to go to another CC, pay some guy, or the people who run the CC, and then I would be able to do it for 1 hour. But I couldn't, like, I wouldn't be able to do it for 15 hours straight if I wanted to. I'd have to wait for the, well, basically I'd have to depend on the other people running the thing. So for that reason, I think I voted yes. But I still think this is just a half measure from Jagex. Maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe it won't lag. Maybe Jagex will ban the bots more often. I don't know. Okay. Should 2 free-to-play worlds be converted to Lelador worlds? Well, 500 and 750 plus. I think I voted yes. Why not? Maybe they will have less bots, or maybe no bots at all. Should the hit splats dealt by other players be tinted to a slightly different color to make it clear which hits are yours? I want to know. I don't want them to be messing with my hit splats, even if it's toggleable. This is a step away from doing 10x HP. Just kidding. But nah, I didn't like the idea. Should clicking an entry in your G Grand Exchange history create a new buy offer for the select item? I voted skip because I don't use the G, I don't care. Should the Barbarian Assault Queen kill count limit be increased from 15 to 40? I think I skip because I don't play Barbarian Assault and I don't know how the people who do it would how they would like it, so I just skipped it. Same to the next one. Should the big delay on Barbarian Assault dispenser be removed? I skipped it because I don't play it, so I don't think I have enough info to vote on that. Should it be possible to fletch log above the normal tier into arrow shafts? Each tier would provide you with a number of arrow shafts equal to the level required to fletch the logs plus 15. E.g. oak would give you 30, willow 45. I voted yes. I really like this. Currently, if you want to be somewhat efficient, you need to buy your arrow shafts. It's a bit expensive to use or to make broad arrows for fletching XP, but it should be efficient even though it's expensive. And this would make it slightly more viable. Currently you can buy roughly 100k arrow shafts an hour, and cutting maple would give you 60 arrow shafts per log, and I think that's roughly 100k shafts an hour, maybe 110k. Sorry. So yeah, I think that's really nice, and I'll switch my miscellanea or kingdom back to maple logs. It's currently on mahogany logs, but I'll switch it back to maples and start cutting them into arrow shafts. So I really like this, and I hate buying the arrow shafts. It's 1k per world. You can buy 10 at a time. It's horrible spam fest if you use AHK, and it really hurts my fingers and when I buy them. And also you can only buy they respawn really slow, so you can only buy them 3 times a day, every 8 hours. Should the Ring of the Gods and Ring of the Gods Eye be buffed to provide more prayer bonus? I skipped it because I don't have it and I don't care. But I do get why they want it, because now their imbued Ring of Suffering gives the same bonus as the Ring of Gods imbued. So yeah, I'm glad that's passing. Should it be possible to add a key for the Dark Beast's cave to the keyring? I voted yes, I don't see why not. Should an agility shortcut be added between the nature grotto and the nearby fairing? I think I voted yes for this. It will be nice for people doing hard and medium clues. There's a couple of those clue steps there close to that nature grotto, so it will be nice to be able to use a fairing to get there, or a fairing that's closer than the current ones you would use. Should a quick start option be added to the ladders in the Barbarian Assault Wave rooms? I skipped it. Should Watson be added to NPC contact spell? He would be able to let you know which clues he is currently holding. I voted yes, I think that's nice. Maybe you forget if you already put a hard clue, for example, or gave him the hard clue, so you could check it with this instead of going all the way to him to ask. Should Slayer Masters let you know if you'll need a piece of equipment from their shop to complete the task you've just assigned? I can't remember. I think I skipped this because I don't know. I don't really care. You can use Wiki. Should an NPC who grinds items which would normally be ground to dust using a pestle and mortar be added to the game? He would charge 50 coins per item he grinds and would be able to process banknotes for items that exist as banknotes. This would be really good for Herblore, especially now if you do Master Farmers and you get tons and tons of Harrowlanders, and which you most likely will want to make into energy potions. So you would use chocolate dust, and you can buy 12k chocolate bars an hour, and yeah, previously you would have grinded them yourself, but now you can just pay a guy and he'll do them all in one tick in noted, and yeah, you can hand over noted chocolate bars, so it will be really good for that. And you wouldn't be able to do nests because you can't note nests, so I can't remember what I voted. Probably yes, even though it devalues Herblore, but Herblore is such a grind and especially crushing things is horrible. I hate it. So yeah. Should it be possible to cut cacti for water with any slash item instead of just knives? I voted yes, why not? Should it be possible? I don't actually think that many people even cut cacti, they just buy water skins or use the desert amulet. Should it be possible to purchase an infinite camulet from Lazim for 1 million coins after completing Enakra's Lament? I think I would yes, even though I don't see myself using a camulet, except if I do granite mining. Well, yeah, I plan to do granite for mining anyway, so this will be nice quality of life. Should it be possible to charge the Ring of Suffering using Rings of Recoil? Yeah, 100k charges, 2.5k rings. I went over this previously on this vid, so yeah, that's that. I think I voted yes, and that's gonna be really nice for Zulra. Should it be possible to own all Family Crest gauntlets simultaneously for one off fee of 500k coins? I think I would yes, why not? Especially if you want to do master clues where you need cooking gauntlets for the Follow the Bard, and at the same time maybe you want to do gold smelting, so you would want to have the gold smithing gauntlets. So I think that's nice. Nice quality of life, I suppose. Should the number of gem rocks found in the Shiloh Village underground gem rock mine be increased? I think I skipped this because I don't care. I don't see myself ever mining gems again. I think gem mining is best way to obtain the mining pet. So maybe that will be nice for people who hunt pets and would do gem mines to get it. But yeah, and maybe for Ironmen who want training sticks to bank maybe logs, maybe they don't want to use Apatol or don't have the teleport, or maybe they want to bank Karambans for something, so maybe that will be nice for them. But I think I skipped it. Should a deposit box be added in the Shiloh Village underground gem rock mine? That would make it not OP, mutta, but slightly faster than banking, let's say, in Edge or Castle Wars or Crafting Guild. And I think I skipped it, can't remember. Should charter ships have separate stocks for each port? And I just, as you saw from the molten glass pile, I just finished buying all the crafting supplies for charters, and right, I think it was the day after, or the same day I finished buying them, they pulled this, and I voted yes because I think it will be really nice for Ironmen. They could use multiple locations if they want, and I don't see why the stocks are shared anyway. But yeah, should it be possible to claim a free skill cape hood if you are in possession of the skill cape? I think yes. Because if you want to put your skill cape in your POH, for example, and you drop the hood, you would have to either drop or alch the skill cape and buy another one to obtain the hood. So I think this is good. And also I don't think the hood alchs for anything. So yeah, there's no reason to not get another one. And who even keeps their skill cape hoods in their bank anyway? That's just stupid, don't do it. Should the Fremenic achievement diary tasks to mine gold in the Arzunian mine include the version of the mine visited during Between a Rock and not just the version following completion of the quest? When I first saw this question in the dev blog, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And I was like, well yeah, why the fuck not? But I didn't really see a reason why it should work like this. But then I can't remember which JMod it was during a Q&A stream. They basically fucked up, and they they explained the question like it's meant for, I think, Zerker peers, so 45 defense peers, who basically, I don't know exactly how it meant, but basically they could do the quest, but they couldn't finish the quest, or they couldn't get rewards or something like that after the quest, so they would only be able to do this diary task during the quest. So that's why this was pulled, so 45 defense peers would be able to do the task. At least that's how I remember it went. But yeah, and it still passed, but I think it got a lot more no votes because of that, because the JMod said that, because usually the community is against peers and against pampering the peers, maybe, I don't know. But I think I voted yes regardless, even though I was tempted to vote no just to just out of spite, I guess. Should it be possible to get multiple salve shards? I can't remember what I voted, but you can already get multiple salve shards, you just need to drop it. So yeah, I think that's a pretty useless question. Should a shortcut be added to the crystals found within the haunted mine? This shortcut would only be usable following completion of the haunted mine quest. I probably skipped it, I don't care. Should a teleport to fail the bard be added as a perk for the music cape of achievement? I think I would, yes. I think that's really nice. It's usually pretty annoying to get to the bard using fair rings or maybe CS teleport. And the music... Well, actually the music cape is pretty easy to get, I think. Well, you do need a champion scroll, so I guess there's some work to do to get the music cape. So, yeah, I think that's fair. Although, personally, I would have preferred if it was only for the music cape trimmed, which you need achievement cape for. that would make it a lot higher tier requirement, but maybe that would be too high, I don't know. Okay, should stores which sell jugs also sell packs of 100 jugs? I voted yes. This would make wines or cooking with making wines be a lot more what's the word, doable. I can't remember the correct word. So basically now you have to buy the jugs one at a time, or 27 at a time, from the Barrow's chest, not Barrow's, the RFD chest, which is pretty slow, and it brings the cooking XP per hour down a lot. But with this update I calculated that making wines, if you get the grapes from Zura, so basically you spend 0 times getting grapes, you only get the jugs and then humidify them to fill them. It would be roughly 400k cooking XP an hour, so slightly better than sharks even. So yeah, that will be nice, especially to me who has 163k grapes. Can't wait to use them. Should the Staff of the Dead be able to outcast Crumble Undead? I skipped it, I don't care. Should the rogue equipment earned by playing rogues the minigame give anyone wearing the full set double loot when pickpocketing? The standard amount of experience would be given. Yeah, I went over that already, and I voted yes. Actually, no, I voted no. Yeah, I voted no. I think that really devalues thieving a lot. Yeah, it just felt so OP, and even when I voted, I didn't even realize that Master Farmers would be so good with this outfit. I only realized that later. Should the NPC who allow you to start the temple tracking minigame have a right-click escort option, which allows you to start quickly? I think I skipped it, don't care. Should the back gate of the Wizards Guild be opened? Yeah, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. It's annoying to run all the way around it. Should it be possible to pay farmers to cut down fruit trees? Yeah, why not? I don't really care that much. Should a toggle be added to the bank options menu to let you hide the deposit phone items button? Yeah, why not? It's not a huge issue, I don't think. And lastly, Pyramid Plunder Rooms contains 4 doors, one of which allows you to progress to the next room. The door is random, and which one takes you through changes occasionally. Should the final door you check always allow you to progress even if it has changed? I think I skipped this, but it wouldn't be that much different. It might boost your theming XP rate by a little bit. It just means that if someone comes to plunder or starts the minigame, he'll reset your rows. So it's really annoying if you're checking the 4th door and then someone enters and resets them to go through all 4 doors again. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty decent update. But yeah. Okay, I think that's it. Wow, that took way longer than I expected. I think I said this about the previous video also, but I didn't expect it to take this long. I expected the video to last maybe 20 minutes tops. And I also totally forgot about forgot to talk about one thing, but I'll save it to I'll save it for next vid. I I think I already said that. I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah, that's all for this time. Not this week. And yep. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Goodbye.